Hello and welcome to the Optimize Show. I am David Mamano, your host. Thanks so much for joining us today. Truly appreciate it. And the fact that you're sharing some time with us, a lot of content out there, busy schedules, but I swear every Optimize Show is worth your while. In fact, today is going to be a great show. We're talking to a business owner he hasn't been here for 60 years, but the business has been in Rochester for 60 years, third generation. And we're really going to enjoy a great story here today about how optimizing a family business and more. So today on the show, Peter Roberti. Peter, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you, David.
Yeah, so you're looking sharp.
Thank you.
And the reason is you are the owner of Adrian Jules Custom Clothiers, which is really a Rochester institution, celebrating 60 years today.
60 years.
Yep. In fact, I liked your sport jacket so much that I asked you to bring me one. So on loan, thank you very much. I just happen to wear a pink shirt today, so it kind of matches, right? So thank you for that. Looking fancy. So Adrian Jules has been around, started by your grandfather. So before we get into the nuts and bolts of the business, tell us the journey. Tell us the journey. Was your grandfather an immigrant?
Yeah, so he was actually brought over by Hickey Freeman. He's from a small town out of Milan in Italy, but brought over by Hickey Freeman. And he was so young for his age when he was brought over by Hickey Freeman. It was tough for him at Hickey Freeman, and he actually ended up starting Adrian Jules in his basement. And he slowly grew the business and continued to grow the business, and he did it through dealers, private labels. So he would go to Detroit and he'd go to all these different cities and he'd make clothes for dealers around the country. And that's actually how the business got off the ground, is through private label. And then my dad and my uncle got involved in the business, and my dad started the retail operation, which is what I operate in right now. And the retail operation was part of the factory, because the factory is in Irondequoit. We got about 60 tailors in there. It's like 60? Little Italy. Yeah, it's
wow. Okay, I didn't realize. So I mean, you're not getting clothes from other places. Like, you are making them here in Rochester.
Oh yeah, it's you could as you go through the factory, it's just, or the custom house as we call it, is just, you can still feel my grandfather walking around. It's he's in the walls. So
you feel his spirit. When did he pass away?
He passed away now about 10 years. Yeah.
Okay. So he was probably pretty proud and excited as far as where the business went from his humble starts of the basement, right? So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, I think that he always thought, always had a vision. Yeah. Which I think is important. I think that he had a vision for the business. My dad and my uncle had a vision for the business, and now we're third generation. So myself and my cousins, we have a different vision for the business, and I think it's important that you have that vision to where the company's going to go. So
yeah. What was your grandfather's name?
Adriano. Yeah.
So that's where Adrian Jules came from. Is it Jules' his middle name?
His partner.
Oh, okay. I always wondered that. All right.
Yeah. So.
Very good. Adriano. Okay. Yeah. And then your father's Peter.
Yep.
You're Peter Jr., right?
Yep.
So you have a child who is 2, so probably not doing any work in the business yet, right?
He visits the showroom frequently.
And he gets a really good deal on clothes.
Yeah, that's for sure.
He's going to be the best dressed guy in preschool. No doubt about it, right?
Yeah, let's hope.
No, show a little sport jacket, right? So, in this world of consolidation, right, with so many businesses going online, a lot of retailers, a lot of national retailers obviously struggling because they can't compete with Amazon, et cetera.
Sure.
And you guys are in growth mode. We were talking before the show, continue to grow and thrive.
Yeah.
How do you optimize that? How do you optimize, not only staying in business, but continue to grow in this crazy world of everything changing year by year?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I think it's a combination of different things. I think that, one, you've got to be able to pivot. So I think that, like I tell, we tell our team, well, one, we've got an awesome team. I mean, which is the backbone of our business, and, which has continued us to be around for all this time. And I think that, we're small enough where we could pivot and add in new products and do R&D on different types of, whether it be jeans or casual jackets. So we could pivot to what the market is telling us, rather quickly versus some of these big box stores.
Yeah.
To do R&D on a garment and then, put it out to their line, that could take years. So for us, we could do it, relatively quickly. So I think that's helped us to give the clients what they want, and we've moved into a new space, which has allowed us to bring in new products for our clients, which has really helped us to continue to capture the needs for our clients, which has helped us to continue to grow.
And you guys, what is your unique competitive advantage, right? So I can go to, I'm not going to name any other places, but I can go to a store in the mall.
Sure.
Right? And get something for, not a ton of money, right? I'll say. But people are coming to you for a special reason.
Sure.
And it's an investment, right? And not only in the clothes, but in themselves.
Yeah.
But what is your unique value prop as opposed to going to some of these other places?
Well, one, I can say the product. I think we've produced one of the best garments in the country, but also the experience and the relationship that you have with whether it might be myself or one of the stylists, at one of our locations. But that experience when you're coming into our showroom, that it's a relationship that we get to know them. We get to know the clients, we ask them questions, we find out a little bit more about them, how they want to dress, what they're going to wear for, first impressions, stage, doing presentations, all these different things, and really develop whether it be outfits or a wardrobe that fits their lifestyle.
Yeah.
We believe that is, super important than just going into a store and working with someone that might not be educated on all those different things, and you're just going in and you're just trying on and you say, hey, this one fits.
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess I'll wear this for my event this weekend. So I think that's really, our main competitive advantage.
Yeah. And you're not only limited to Rochester. You have people from around the country either flying here or you're sending, or you yourself are going to other cities to do some custom fittings as well, right?
Yeah, we're on the road. I've been on the road quite a bit. Yeah. So every week we're, either myself or someone from our team is traveling to go see clients.
Yeah.
So, we've been very fortunate. Our clients respect our opinion and our advice, and it's helped us to get to where we're at today.
Yeah. So, do you have other locations or other branches around the country?
We have private label branches all around the country, and we also have our retail shops and other stylists around the country as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a combination. It's a good mix that's between our private label business and our retail business.
Excellent. So now when did you start working at the store? Were you a pretty young kid yourself?
Oh, I got involved. So my grandfather, we do trade shows around the country, twice a year. So my grandfather bought me a bolt of fabric. We do all of our buying. So he bought me a black piece and a red piece, and he said, "This summer I'm teaching you how to make a suit."
Wow.
So in our factory, his shop was above the factory.
Yeah.
So we spent I was 14 years old. We spent the whole summer.
Yeah.
Making a garment for myself and learning the trade. We do it all morning and in the afternoon, and then we get pasta, early evening, and we repeat every morning. So
that's nice.
So I've been doing it ever since. I grew up in the factory.
Yeah. Did you ever think about doing anything else, or you just knew that, I'm going to be the next generation?
Well, I did have. My dad said it before. You come and work for us. You gotta have another job.
Oh wow. Okay.
So he said you got to go and find a job for a couple of years, a minimum of a year. I was in the financial field, and then slowly those guys ended up becoming clients and coming over to Adrian Jules.
Right, yeah.
And my dad's like, all right,
you
can come in.
You're obviously good at sales, right?
That's how that transition happened. But
yeah.
I'm glad I did that for sure. Some of the things that we learned there, we still do today.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So.
What are some of the struggles that your family has had over the years, and then what are some of the strategies that you did to kind of rise again or learn from them?
Well, I mean, COVID is no secret. I mean, we were, we were shut down for, an extended period of time. And then, when we got out of it, this whole work from home, was, at the forefront. And during that time, we decided as a team that we were going to build a brand new, 2,400 or 2,500 square foot showroom.
Yeah.
We had family members saying that you guys are nuts. So, but we said we're going for it. We're going for it. We just, it felt right, and we knew that at our previous location that if we were in the same space, 5 years from now, we were already busting at the seams. So it was a risk, and we said, hey, we're gonna go for it. And we wanted to do it so we could bring in, different products and to bring in different things to, what we thought the world was going to look like after this. Yeah. So if we didn't do that, we wouldn't be where we're at today. They're not even close.
So
not even close.
In retrospect, hindsight, great decision.
Prior to that, we made a few bad decisions, but that one during that time was a good one.
Yeah.
So that worked out nicely. Worked out good.
Family businesses are always interesting, quote unquote interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because, your family and that adds a whole nother dynamic.
Sure.
How have you and your dad and your uncle, I believe, and now some of your cousins too, and how have you, kind of navigated running a successful business while still maintaining, relationships with your family members?
A combination of things, but I would say at the forefront, it is communication. I think that how connected we are as a family and where the business is going to go is directly correlated how well we are at communicating amongst each other and also with our team. So I think that has helped us. Having the right communication has really helped us, and made us stronger to be here for 60 years and in this growth mode. So that I would say is, in my opinion, my dad, my cousins, my uncle might say something different, but I think that communication is the most important thing.
Yeah, you guys, even though it's a family business, and not like this huge corporation, are you still doing workshops, training, seminars to learn and make sure that you're on the cutting edge of everything that you can be? Yeah,
I mean, similar to like any industry, we've got the CTDA, which is the Custom Tailors Design Association. There's workshops, we're constantly, I mean, fabric, just the technology of where fabric was 20 years ago, 10 years ago to where it's at now, the mills, how they're doing things is completely different. And just the capabilities are incredible. So we have to know that. We have to continue to learn so that way our clients is getting the best product. So that absolutely. So there's workshops. We are constantly, we do training for our team monthly for sure.
That's awesome. How many employees do you have?
We have just over 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they were going to say like 15, 20, So, but then all the manufacturing, all the tailoring.
Yeah, tailors and
Yeah, so you're I know Hickey Freeman just kind of sadly went away, right? Recently, or are they still here a little bit, or?
I haven't, to be honest, I know I heard the news and we've been so busy. I don't know where they stand right now.
I don't know either. There's rumors that they're still here and they're not. But the reason I brought Hickey Freeman up because first of all, they brought your grandfather over, so thanks for that. But it seems like you're doing your own version of Hickey Freeman these days, right? With all the all the tailoring you're doing, and it seems like you're doing private labeling and all that. So
it's been good. Our main we've always operated on, what is the best, from the best fabrics to the best canvases to the best buttons, shoulder pads, everything. We just we wanted to know whenever we went to Italy, whatever the best is, we want that.
Yeah.
So we've always operated on creating the best garment that we could possibly do.
Yeah.
So at that top tier, that's what we've always competed on. So
Yeah. Well, it's so you're going to go to Adrian Jules, and you're going to you're going to get top quality. Like if you want top quality, that's where you're going to go, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was at a business seminar years ago, and someone said, "What's the number one restaurant in the world?" And people were naming, beautiful restaurants in New York City, et cetera. And the guy that was running the seminar is like, "Nope, McDonald's." And we're like, "No, it's not." And they're like, "Yeah, it is, because they make the most money, right?" So it was the number one revenue, right? And but a lot of the business owners, they don't want to be the biggest and the most revenue. They'd rather be like the best quality. Right?
yeah.
And it seems like that's what you're trying to do or you are doing it, is that, you're not going to be the McDonald's of the clothing industry. You're going to be this custom place where I'm going to walk in, you're going to know my name, and you're going to be like, "Dave, 42 regular, right? What's the event? I got something for you."
Yeah, right.
And that, in today's world, I'm telling you, it's a way to stand out, right?
Yeah, I mean, people want that. So
Yeah.
we've been very fortunate. So yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, we don't want to compete at that larger scale. We want to focus on the niche. I mean, that's what's propelled us.
Yeah. The other example he used is then he asked, "What's the number one wine in the world?" And people were naming these beautiful $1,000 bottles of wine, and he was like, "Nope, Carlo Rossi." We're like, "What?" "Yep, Carlo Rossi has the most revenue, so I guess they're the number one in the world, right?" Like, but do you want to be Carlo Rossi, or do you want to be, Salvatore Vito? It's $2,000 a bottle, right?
Yeah. But I think it's important that you've got to understand what the vision is and what your identity is, and what that means to the company.
It's who you want to be. Who you want to be, and you guys have been very clear about your vision and your mission, and obviously it's paying off. So still 60 years later, in this world that is knocking a lot of retailers, right off their stools, right? You're still in growth mode, and I love that, because you're hanging on to a very unique competitive advantage from walking in the store, knowing your customers, to having top quality, right, and everywhere in between. And really, I mean, just to give you a plug here, you're not just suits anymore. I mean, you have just a wide variety of clothing options, right? So
yeah, I mean, jeans, shoes, belts, polos. I mean, we could do just about everything now. So it's and the experience is different. I mean, yes, we sell clothing, but like guys come in, they hang out. We've got a full bar. Like there's TV. I mean, it's just.
Can we sneak a cigar in the back?
So
we won't say anything about it.
Yeah, right. So. But it's just different.
You know what the look that I like these days is a lot of guys that are wearing really nice sport jackets and nice jeans.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like mixing the cash and the classy, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Super popular. Super popular.
Yeah. Very good. So listen, you're only 35. And let's say you're going to work at the company for at least 30 more years, we'll say. Maybe more.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you see this going? Where do you think Adrian Jules is in 10, 20, 30 years?
It's a great question. That's a great question. We're similar to what we've been doing over the past 2-3 years now. Our direction is going to be more of, yes, we've got our private label company, or our private label dealers, but slowly, picking strategic markets, partnering up with, dealers that, might not have a, exit strategy, that they've been dealers with us for a long time. We want to come in there and say, hey, we're going to, keep your legacy going, and, we're going to step in and, run this operation, and so that way that, those garments still funnel to us. So strategic partnerships around the country.
Yeah, fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
So 60 years, here's to 60 more years at least.
Yeah.
You'll only be 95.
I know, right?
What's your son's name?
Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah.
His son will be running it.
I know. That'd be amazing.
5th generation.
Yeah.
And you go, you watch, sometimes they do stories on it in businesses in Italy, and it's like 4th, 5th, 6th generation.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's one vineyard, wine company that, it's been in the same family since like the 1300s or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
That, so,
These mills in Italy, like in Biella, Italy, like that's, 12th generation. I mean, that's, That's how they just continue to get passed down.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
My last question, how do you optimize yourself? How do you optimize your mental wellness, your physical wellness? Because, you look vibrant, you're full of energy, you're nice and thin, you look happy, and, running a business, having a small, young family, certainly could take a toll on people. But, you came in here with a big smile, and you look like you got some great mojo going on.
Yeah, no, I think that I'll just, like you said, I think that, I kind of adopted this philosophy of, if you change your energy, you change your life. So that's how I view things. So how I enter the room and how I want to attract things in my life is through energy. So I believe that we all operate at this certain frequency, and we connect with people that are on the same frequency or have the same energy. So that is one of the things that I've that I've adopted into my lifestyle that I think is super important. So
and it's contagious.
It's contagious.
So.
You
can make a curmudgeon guy come in, and with your energy, maybe he's smiling at the end, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, I remember meeting you years ago. I came into the store, and I think I was having an event for business owners, and I was talking to you about getting involved. Yeah. And I didn't know you. I think I saw you on LinkedIn or whatever, and I didn't know what to think. And I remember leaving there thinking, like, God, he's a really nice guy. Like you were friendly, kind, and so it does. It really makes people don't think it makes that much of a difference. It does.
Yeah.
It does. So
and just like give people compliments.
Like exactly.
You see somebody that's dressed well, that took a little bit of time to get dressed up. You give them a compliment.
You look fantastic today.
Yeah, I mean it just makes a difference. And who knows what they're going through that day.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then just by doing that, you might tweak, alter their what's going to happen for the rest of the day. So I don't know.
I agree.
That's what I do.
I agree. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Maybe our families from Italy were related back in the day. I don't know, but. Excellent. So, Peter, people, so the store is on Monroe Avenue.
Monroe Avenue, yep.
Right in Pittsford,
yep.
Near Clover, right?
Yep. On Monroe Avenue, yep.
On Monroe Avenue near Clover, in that little mini plaza.
Yes, sir.
And then as far as online, people want to learn about you.
Yeah.
And, where do they go?
Follow us on Instagram at Adrian Jules Custom Clothier, or you could go to our online AdrianJulesCustomClothier.com, and that has all of our social media platforms. We're on all the platforms. So so it's they got style tips, advice, and you can learn a lot.
I know that you're active on LinkedIn because you pop up a lot for me. So
good.
Put some good stuff out there. So excellent.
Thank you.
Well, Peter, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I wish you continued massive success for at least a lot more than 60 years. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was a pleasure being on here. Thank you. I'm super grateful for being here. So thank you.
Well,
so
I'm
much.
grateful too for the sport jacket on loan. It looks pretty good, right? So So thanks again, Peter.
Yeah.
And I want to thank everybody for watching another episode of the Optimize Show. Again, we have a brand new episode every Wednesday morning. Do me a favor. We're trying to just get best practices from great people like Peter, so that we could lift everybody up in our community with great business stories, journeys, lessons, philosophies, etc. So like us, share us, tell everybody about this show. Really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to have a great day and stay awesome.